Hi.
Hello. This is LH Crypto Weekly Analysis.
And today we're gonna talk about Bitcoin rally.
Yeah, on the secret news for you on new rules imposed in Australia for ICO.
Also a little bit about metals.
And groundbreaking records of Bitcoin mining.
Can you hear the paper? And also I have tech giants like Apple, Facebook, Google and Amazon.
But some giants are becoming smaller, like my advice for shares of this week.
Let's start. Let's start with crypto. So Bitcoin stumbled upon the critical level, of $7,413 per Bitcoin. Maybe the figure may be different for you when we finally release this video, but never mind. So if the bulls defend this level, Bitcoin may consolidate somewhere between 74 and 100 USD, which is nice. However, the trend may reverse. So the timing is not really good for long positions. Just keep it short. Speaking about Ethereum, so it returned to the level of 225, the same level as when the bull trend started. And if they defend at least this level, Ethereum may go back up to like 280. But it's a good chance to check if the coin is weak or not. We'll see. And speaking about Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, other major cryptocurrencies, there's actually a bearish trend, and I hope you didn't invest in them. So,
is it really the end of the bubble or just another gaining of potential for the next growth? Well, just a few signs for you. A recalculation of Bitcoin mining complexity raised it to 7.459 T, just the measure to evaluate the complexity of Bitcoin mining. So although this is slightly higher than the previous index, this should be taken into consideration that the last record was reached a few months ago, before the so-called crypto winter began, which means that the crypto winter is finally over. Bitcoin is becoming, due to its limit number, remember the nature of Bitcoin, it becomes more and more complicated cryptocurrency to mine, and to get profit from. So it's rather than in the nearest future, we are not going to tell anything about Bitcoin anymore, because it would not interest anyone at all. Of course, it's just a fantasy, but who knows? Who knows to what cryptocurrencies investors will shift in the nearest future, and why not that be LH coin? And just a few more news for you.
Okay, let's start with metals then. But the news is no good, really. And the difference, there is a great point in history when the difference between prices of gold and silver have reached their 26-year maximum. So it's the first time in a quarter of a century when silver is so low and gold is so high. Well, not high, but the rate is high, whatever. Silver rate has been going down for 4 months in a row, and analysts tend to think that the overall economic slowdown means lower demand for silver. And as we know, this trade war between China and the USA, it also lowers the demand, and there is also there are some unsold stocks of silver, which has a negative impact on the price again. So it's like a vicious cycle, and a very bad factor for the future of the price. But on the other hand, if and only if you're sure that silver is going to go up again at some point, that the trend reverses and the prices will go down or go up, then it's a good moment for you to buy silver.
We could not just pass by the Jerome H. Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, the Federal Reserve of the United States of America, speech, and he said on Tuesday that central bank, Federal Reserve, is prepared to act to sustain the economic expansion if President Trump's trade war weakens the economy, which it definitely will. And so, although it was not said explicitly that they will cut interest rates, thus boosting the economy with money, with cash and so on and so forth, the comment sent a signal to market that central bank is there watching over the president, just like the caring nanny. And some experts say that markets are taking some comfort of the idea that central bank is moving into the right direction. And just a few statistics proves the fact. The Standard & Poor's rose almost immediately by 2.1%.
Another bad news, or maybe a good news for some, from the USA. So I read a headline I particularly liked. A monopoly probe sticked into Silicon Valley. Wow. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah. So Apple, Facebook, and Google and Amazon are now being tested by the US government for antitrust schemes. They say it has been discussed a lot in the newspaper and everywhere, and the tech giants were fined by the European Union governments. But still, now it reached the point when even the US government said, well, maybe you're being too monopolist and too greedy. Maybe you should try and leave some space for your, not rivals, but maybe some healthy competition. Their mother country doubts whether it's good for the economics and for the market, and they are trying to check and test it, but it may take years, it may take a decade. So nobody is really worried, but still it had some effect on the market. And now a little bit of figures. So when they announced this test, they said that really the market reacted immediately, and the rates for Apple fell by 1%, for Amazon by 4.6%, for Google by 6%, and for Facebook by 7.5%. But well, then they restored their positions, but still, isn't that a nice chance?
So DuPont is one of the oldest companies of the United States, a long-time manufacturer of gunpowder and all the related chemical stuff for killing people. So, they were doing relatively fine, and in 2015 they've launched a merger with the company Dow Chemicals, quite the same business. Yep, in order to grow and to open new expectations. The merger lasted for 2 years, and the marriage proved to be unsuccessful at all. The point is that company is now splitting back, but not in two, but already in three. Just one digit after the announcement of the merger. The DuPont stocks fell from 80 to 50 USD per share. Wow, quite a sharp drop. And so now the company consists of DuPont and Corteva Agri-Science, Corteva focusing on agriculture, the new Dow specializing in material science, and new DuPont focuses on specialty products for various industry markets. They just announced the 2 billion share buyback program, which surely influences positively on the stock price. And Morgan Stanley Vincent Andrews analysis, along with 7 other chemicals analysis from large Wall Street analytical companies, believe that these are very profitable stocks, and they place their average price target per 85 USD per share, about 15% higher than it is now. So this is enough for today. Enjoy your Friday and watch the crypto news, and watch us in our next episode with a new pack of just from the oven crypto news.
Okay, bye.
Bye.